Hey everyone, this is James Farrier from investingandtesting.com. Before we get started with this live resume review, I wanted to say we're just trying to help as many people as we possibly can over at Investing and Testing. So come over and check us out. There's a free course to help anyone that's struggling with their job search. Cheers. Hey everyone, this is James from Investing and Testing. Again, doing a resume review for someone that posted on LinkedIn saying that they were having a really tough time. I thought that I would help out. So I have blanked out all of their personal details, but we can just jump straight into it. So, the good thing is, there is not really too many spelling mistakes. I mean, in general, there's some inconsistency things, but no spelling mistakes. Very few grammatical problems. I would say straight away, just the look and feel of this isn't the best, right? Like this is a C or a B looking resume at absolute best. In fact, I think the general template for like Microsoft Word is actually better looking than this current template. I also don't think you need to give your full address here. I think you can just give like the city. The rest of this is good though. I think your summary is really long, right? And it's really long, and God, it doesn't really talk too much about what you actually have done. It sort of just talks about like this is my set of skills that I know, rather than it being a summary of your overall knowledge. So this part is good. But hang on, give me a sec. Let me pause this. Sorry about that. So getting back into this, yeah, your summary is really long. I feel like I fall asleep after 3 bullet points, and you've got too many for me to count, like 10 or something. And really, all they just say is that you were a tester. And let's read through some of these again. 3+ years of software testing experience, which includes both manual and automation. That's not the best that's like not the best worded bullet point anyway. I don't know why that's not giving me a bullet point. Let's put that in there. 3+ years experience as a software tester, both manual and automation. Wow, my laptop is very slow while recording. But you can see, I think that even reads better. But what I think you could put in here is essentially combine some of these into one really strong summary. 3 years experience as a software tester, with experience in both manual and automated testing. Strong skill set, automation. God. Focusing on, what can we say instead of, so strong skill set in automation with knowledge of, with strong knowledge, no, strong skill set, with advanced knowledge of Selenium. page object model. So I would essentially make this, I mean, I'm ruining the design here, but your summary should really just be like high level what you've done and maybe what you've accomplished. How about utilized to reduce test cycles by up to 40%. See, I read that as that's a lot easier. Let's actually just separate this out completely. And let's take this out of a bullet point because it doesn't need to be a bullet point. That to me is a lot easier to read than this. And what I would do is I would change whatever I'm saying here. Oh God. Whatever I'm saying here based on the job that I'm applying for. So don't be lazy. And WebDriver, I believe, is like this. Right? So it's an actual term, it's a name. So use the actual name. It has a capital D, no space. Right, it's reasonably well written. Like I'm doing this completely on the fly, having not looked at your CV. You would change these based on what you think you are strongest in and based on what you're applying for. Strong understanding of end-to-end SDLC and STLC. See, this doesn't read correctly to me. Read right. Strong understanding of end-to-end software delivery lifecycle concepts, like understanding on object-oriented. I'm guessing this is programming. Like that doesn't read correct as well. You've got the most common thing that I see is inconsistency in CVs. No full stop, full stop, full stop, no full stop. Hands-on experience in testing applications with Selenium WebDriver tool. So this again it's just poor English. I guess it's not too bad. See, I would cut this down and just say using Selenium WebDriver because I think that sounds better. Thorough understanding of business rules and requirements. Again, no full stop. Proficient in writing and executing test cases, coordinating tester effort, generating reports using defect tracking tools like Jira. So I think that's potentially a mistake. See, what I would want you to do is instead of this, I'd want you to move that to your like skill set section and put in like Jira in here. Yeah. Proficient in manual testing, including sanity testing, functional testing, integration testing, and regression testing. I mean, yeah. I'm really not so sure how to. You shouldn't be scared about having less on your CV. If you've got experience as a tester, it's assumed that you did this stuff, right? If you've got, like, you have experience, it's assumed that while you're doing that, you were using test cases, that you're using a defect tracking tool. Otherwise, I'm really confused as to how you have experience. That's why I'm trying to get you to focus on a shorter CV. I think you should have 1 page. And well written and well structured. And reducing the fluff, focusing on what you've achieved. So a hands-on experience. See, this is just weird capitalization. Experience in automating test cases using Selenium WebDriver. This is pretty much an exact copy of this, but with random automation that I don't think should be automated. Sorry, capitalized with random capitalization. Implemented hybrid framework for test automating using the tools. This obviously shouldn't be the tools. Using tools. I don't think that should be using tools like. That makes me think that you haven't done it. Like using tools like utilizing Selenium WebDriver, TestNG, and POM design pattern. I guess see that it just sounds better. I know I'm changing stuff, whereas I think your summary should just be short like this. But I'm just giving you an idea of where your English could be improved. Automated smoke tests, regression tests. Let's see, like regression tests, or is it one regression test? End-to-end test in automation. See, automated smoke tests, regression tests, end-to-end tests, and automation. That does not read correctly. If you're trying to say, you could say something like this. Automated existing smoke tests, regression tests, and end-to-end. That's just. And then what you should really put in here. So this is the action. This is what you did. What was the outcome? Resulting in a decrease in test time of 40%. Say, I have no idea. Just something that tells me what happened after you did this, so that I can get an idea of, your skill set and what you've actually managed to achieve. Because this is what you've done, but it doesn't tell me that anything happened from it. And this is the achievement, and it helps you stand out. I also like it if there is a specific job that you're going for, and it's like specifically like very Selenium focused and looking for page object model, highlight that. Highlight that to make it even easier when people are looking through. Oh, it's interesting. You've capitalized WebDriver there correctly, but you hadn't in other spots. So yeah, this needs to be completely rewritten. That's the type of thing that I'd go with. I think education should go at the end, especially with your CV. Technical skills can either go here, or it can go at the bottom after your work experience. I think this should be in table format as well. Why do people put core Java here? Isn't it just Java? I'm just so confused. I've seen that so many times now. I don't think operating systems is something that you should care about. Like, you've used Windows and MS-DOS. Like, that does not matter. Web technologies, HTML and XML. Yep. Database SQL Server. Yep. Again, like, this is poor formatting. And I will say, let's say this actually looks better in doc, because this is a docx. Don't send me a docx file. Send me a PDF, because then it's going to be viewed the same way for everyone. Again, inconsistency, tools, no. Like, just keep everything consistent. You're applying for a job as a software tester, and you're showing me that you are not actually looking through your own CV to get a job. What makes me think that you're going to actually find bugs in an application? Pretty much as soon as I see some of these inconsistencies, you go in the no pile. So you cannot have any of these. Professional experience. Currently working as a software test engineer with Blueware Technologies. Hopefully that's a space. If it isn't, that should be capitalized potentially, or it should be like this. But I don't know. Since December 2016 to date. Okay. Work experience. Blueware Technologies. Okay, so straight away, like this is not good. Professional experience. Started working at how can I explain this? As soon as you say that you worked there from 2016, December to date, And then you've got essentially two projects for the same. This makes no sense to me. You've worked there till date. I'm assuming that both of these projects are for that Blueware. One's for Zoho and one's for Blueware itself. But this one starts before you supposedly joined, which makes no sense, right? And this one looks like it's a different company because this one's the same one as up here. So I think you need to format this in a much better way. Look at Canva for examples, but this should be like professional experience. So first of all, go to canva.co and search resume and use one of those templates. Right? That's first. Second, work experience, work experiences, work experience, right? Okay, this is let's start. You should always have your latest experience first. Otherwise, it's just annoying. I had to go to the bottom. Okay, so let's move everything around. Okay, I will say this is something you're missing. You're missing a GitHub and a Git. Oh, sorry, you're missing a GitHub and a Git. You're missing a GitHub. Put this in here. And center this. I don't know if that's my, right? Oh, God, I'm guessing there's just a whole bunch of spaces here. Yeah. So this, yeah, just use the template. It's actually too annoying. I'm not going to change it. Professional experience. Okay, let's just leave it with professional experience as the title. Client, Zoho, tester, engineer. Okay, so that's not a thing, unless that was actually your title, which would be weird. Test engineer, creation of automated scenarios and test cases. Like random capitalization. Stop doing this. You cannot expect to get a job if you're not putting in the effort to make sure that your CV is perfect. Okay, analyzing requirements from the business. You have to do this everywhere. Like, why is that there? Preparing test scenarios. Okay, so you've got, I mean, I guess that's different. One's manual, one's not, but let's get rid of that. Okay, no, this is terrible. Selenium IDE has a super bad name now. So I would like never put that in. It makes me think that you don't have experience with actual page object models. Experience in creation and modification of test scripts and logging all errors. See, this is terrible formatting again, right? It's a random extra bullet point. Daily communication with the client over status and various issues. Status of the project. And detailing current issue. Current defect. I don't know, something like this. Well, I don't think you should use an ampersand like this because you haven't used it before. Like that's just, again, it's just inconsistency. Project. Again, you didn't have a full stop. Communicated defects encountered during the regression test and followed up with developers until the issues were resolved. So these will be my 3 bullet points. I would expand on this as to what the test cases are written in. Cases are written in. How they were executed. How many. The coverage. And the result from automation. How did it help? And that would be my 3 bullet points, because any more and I'm stopping reading. Okay. Random capitalization again. I'm going to stop pointing this out because it's everywhere. Based on the module. Okay, identified and prepared test data. So this is different. So test data is interesting. Again, these bullet points should be based on the job that you're applying for. So you should have a whole bunch of different ones based on the job that you're applying for. Validated the functionality of the module using test case document. I don't know what this means, so I can't think that that's good. Prepared defect profile document. This is, like, I'm not, all that I don't like. So this is good. Identified. So I would say, how did you identify them? How? And why did you choose them? Well, I guess that's pretty much the same thing. And then I talk about implementing them using this. Utilizing the tools. Like, again, this is utilizing. What did you actually use? Not utilizing like, what did you actually use? And then it should be the same as this. How many coverage results? But this is the same thing. And version controlled automation scripts. So again, it's random capitalization and it's poorly worded. This is the reason why you're not getting a job. Used GitHub, git/GitHub. I think you should use one or the other, right? Like if you're using GitHub, then it's using GitHub. Maybe you used both, in which case I'd just say git to version the test. If you were going to write this, yes, which allowed them to be not synced, which allowed them to be, I don't know, like kept up to date. The application under test. Yep, and then technical skills. Actually, I think I would do this. So I would give this CV slash. Okay. So I would give this CV a C, and I wouldn't hire you. There were way too many mistakes. Actually, no, I'm going to give it a C minus. If you can't see, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to tell you. But there are just way too many mistakes. There's way too much inconsistency. There's way too much poor formatting. It doesn't stand out in any way, shape, or form. And that's the reason why you're not getting job offers. Hopefully this gives you enough information to improve it. I think even just what I've got drastically improves it. Actually, let's just get rid of this and see how long it is. Oh, perfect. It's almost a page. So I would try to make it either a full 2 pages or 1 page, but I would change the formatting and probably make it like 1 page. Like this is obviously not looking good at all, but just giving you an idea of how you could make it 1 page. Well, again, like why? How can you expect to get hired with stuff like this? Yeah, so then you're almost at 1 page. I think if you use a nice Canva tool, you can easily, oh, this is all 14 point. This is quite large. So yeah, I would make all of this 12. Yep, and now you've just got one thing left to change. Yeah, and now it's starting to look like pretty reasonable. I mean, as soon as you get that onto one line, it will actually be. Let's just get rid of this line. Roles and responsibilities. Actually, I might have just deleted that. Yeah, now you're at one page. And that, I know it looks, don't be scared to think, okay, this looks too short now. It looks like I don't have enough experience. Because the truth is, hang on, didn't you work from 2016 to 2020? 20, that, I'm reading this right? Like, am I going nuts? Or was it late 2016? Yeah, it was. 2016 to 2020. So you have more than 3 years experience. Shouldn't this be like 4? Am I going mad? I'm going crazy. This is super weird. I've reviewed too many CVs recently. If my maths is just completely off, someone like tell me. But I think you're underselling yourself with this. And then I don't think you're highlighting what's actually useful about your job. There was so much clutter. So don't be afraid to have a shorter CV, because this is telling me that you've got the experience. This is telling me. That's telling me. You don't need to list that you did manual testing each time, right? This is telling me that these are the tools that you've used. You don't need to reiterate the same stuff every time. An employer is looking for a CV. They're spending 10 seconds to 1 minute 30 on it. They're not going to look through 3 pages, and they're going to get bored with what you had before. So this is, I think, what you should be aiming for. So hopefully this helps. This has been James Farrier for Investing and Testing. If you want to learn more about how to improve your CV, check out investingandtesting.com. Thanks, guys.